If your cat has ever wedged themselves between you and your laptop, you're witnessing something deeper than clinginess. That tiny furry interruption is part of a whole emotional vocabulary most people never realize cats even have. And once you understand it, you start to see your cat's behavior in a completely new light. Almost like you've been handed a decoder ring for feline feelings. Cats are far more socially aware than their independent reputation suggests. And jealousy is one of the clearest windows into that hidden emotional world. Recognizing it puts you in a small group of owners who truly get their cats on a deeper level. If you love learning about the secret logic behind your cat's behavior, go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss future insights. Let's break down the 5 clearest signs your cat might be feeling jealous and what you can do to help them feel secure. Number 1. The "hey, that's my human" interception. Your cat isn't blocking your laptop because they crave technology. They're blocking it because they're claiming you. That moment when they slide right across your keyboard or wedge themselves between you and another pet feels random, but it's actually a carefully timed request for reassurance. Cats use interception as a social signal. Studies on feline attachment show that cats pay close attention to shifts in your focus, and when something else pulls you away, they step in to confirm their place in the routine. This can look dramatic, like plopping on your phone mid-call, or subtle, like hovering near your hands while you pet another animal. Even that slow, sideways shuffle into your space counts. Think about whether your cat magically appears every time you talk to someone, greet another pet, or sit down with something more interesting than them. That pattern often starts when they feel uncertain about how included they are in the household rhythm. They're essentially asking, "Do I still matter right now?" And if interception is the loud version of jealousy, what about the behaviors that look sweet but arrive at suspiciously perfect moments? Number 2. Sudden over-affection that feels out of character. Picture this. You've just finished petting another animal, and suddenly your cat appears like a fluffy missile of devotion, rubbing your legs, purring loud enough to shake the floor, kneading with the intensity of a tiny baker on a deadline. It feels adorable, but the timing is the clue. Affection can absolutely be genuine, but when it ramps up right after your attention goes elsewhere, it often doubles as a strategy. Cats use scent marking, rubbing their face or body on you to reinforce social bonds. Research on feline social behavior shows that this scent sharing helps them feel connected and secure. So when your cat pours on extra affection after you've interacted with someone else, they're essentially refreshing that connection. Think about the moments your cat becomes extra cuddly. Did you just cuddle another pet? Greet a guest? Come home smelling like a different animal? Those bursts of sweetness often say, "I want to be part of this moment too." But when affection doesn't get the response they want, some cats switch tactics. And that's when the mischief begins. Number 3. Jealousy through mischief. Imagine a cat standing on a shelf, making deliberate eye contact with you as they tap, tap, tap a pen closer to the edge, like they're conducting a tiny physics experiment fueled entirely by emotion. That moment isn't random chaos. It's communication. When a cat feels overlooked, their behavior often shifts into a tension-grabbing mode. Knocking items off counters, chewing cords, sprinting dramatically through the room, swatting at another pet. These aren't just quirks. Research on feline social strategies shows that cats quickly learn which actions interrupt a human's focus. Mischief becomes a signal. Look at me now. Picture a multi-pet home where you're playing with one cat and the other suddenly darts in, swats the toy, then sprints away like they're stealing a priceless artifact. They're not trying to ruin the moment. They're jumping back into the emotional spotlight. Think about your cat's own chaos routines. Do they escalate the moment you start a phone call or cuddle another pet? Jealousy often reveals itself through timing long before it shows up through conflict. And for some cats, that conflict takes on a very different shape. One that looks less playful and far more protective. Number 4. Guarding behavior. Picture your cat sitting on your lap, like a tiny lion on a throne, staring down another pet with a look that says, "Approach, and we shall discuss consequences." That stare isn't dramatic flair, it's guarding. Guarding shows up when a cat feels their access to you might be at risk. You might see them block another animal from hopping onto the couch, hold a stiff posture when someone gets too close, or give a quick swat the moment a rival tries to share your space. Their body language tells the whole story. Tail flicking in tight motions, ears angled just enough to track competition. Small growls that vibrate more than they sound. Behavior studies on attachment show that cats with a strong bond to one primary person often treat that person like a highly valuable resource. To them, your lap, your hands, even your presence can feel like territory worth protecting. So, if your cat positions themselves between you and another pet during social moments, they're showing how much that connection matters to them. But guarded cats aren't always bold. Some switch to a quieter, almost invisible reaction, one that's easy to miss until it grows. Number 5. Withdrawal or silent jealousy. Have you ever noticed your cat quietly vanish after you've given your attention to someone else? That disappearing act can feel confusing, but it's a powerful emotional signal. Some cats don't compete when they feel insecure, they retreat. Instead of blocking your path or guarding your lap, they slip into hiding spots, avoid eye contact, or suddenly seem uninterested in affection. You might even see changes like reduced appetite or a cooler, distant mood. Research on feline stress responses shows that withdrawal is often a protective behavior, especially for sensitive or cautious cats who prefer avoiding conflict over confronting it. If a new pet, a new partner, or even a schedule change enters the picture, a cat who once followed you everywhere might start watching from the sidelines instead. They're still paying attention, they're just working through a wave of insecurity without making noise about it. Think back to times your cat seemed off after your attention shifted. Those moments weren't random, they were emotional adjustments. And once you recognize these signs, the next question becomes unavoidable. How do you help your cat feel secure again? Number 6. What you can do. Building security and reducing jealousy. Imagine your cat finally relaxing because they know exactly when they'll get their moment with you. That sense of predictability is one of the most effective ways to calm jealousy. When cats feel their place in your life is steady, the competitive behaviors fade. Setting aside reliable one-on-one time-short play sessions, grooming, or even quiet cuddles helps them feel seen. A consistent routine signals safety. Research on feline stress shows that predictable patterns reduce tension and boost confidence, especially in multi-pet homes. Create a personal safe zone for your cat, like a high perch or cozy corner, where they can observe your interactions without feeling threatened. Reward calm, relaxed behavior during your time with other pets or people. If your cat interrupts or demands attention, gently redirect rather than reinforce that tactic. When new animals enter the home, gradual introductions make all the difference. Swap scents, give controlled visual contact, and build positive associations. Enrichment also helps. Puzzle feeders, elevated shelves, and scheduled play burn off stress and restore emotional balance. But sometimes, jealousy blends with deeper stress, and knowing when that's happening makes the next step clearer. Number 7. When jealousy signals a bigger problem. A cat who suddenly lashes out or hides for days isn't just in a mood. Those shifts can point to something heavier happening beneath the surface. Jealousy can blend with anxiety, territorial tension, or even physical discomfort. When behaviors become chronic, like repeated aggression toward another pet, non-stop pacing, over-grooming, or ongoing withdrawal, it's time to look deeper. Stress isn't just emotional for cats. Studies on feline health show that prolonged tension can trigger issues like urinary inflammation or digestive changes. Their bodies react to stress the way some humans get headaches or stomach knots. If your cat's behavior escalates or appears out of nowhere, consider keeping a simple log of when things happen. Patterns reveal triggers. A new roommate, rearranged furniture, a recent vet visit, or even a change in your work hours. That record helps veterinarians and behaviorists spot the exact point where jealousy turns into a more complex emotional struggle. Getting help doesn't mean you've failed your cat. It means you're protecting the bond they rely on. And once you understand the bigger picture, it brings you right back to the heart of this whole topic. How do you make sense of everything you've seen and felt so far? Jealousy in cats isn't misbehavior. It's communication. Sometimes loud, sometimes subtle, always meaningful. Every interception, every burst of extra cuddles, every mischievous stunt, every protective stare, and even every quiet retreat says something about the bond your cat shares with you. And the more consistent, patient, and observant you are, the more secure that bond becomes. Your cat isn't trying to make your life harder. They're trying to stay connected. They're trying to feel included. And the fact that you're here, learning their emotional language, already puts you in a rare group of owners who truly see their cat's inner world. I'd love to hear from you. What's the most jealous moment your cat has ever pulled? Share it in the comments. I guarantee someone else has lived the same scene. And if you want to keep understanding your cat on a deeper level, go ahead and subscribe. There's so much more to explore in the way our animals think, feel, and communicate.